What's going on, everybody? As always, your Vice President Scott Evans here with a partner in crime, David Gilbert. Time to bring to you guys episode 6 of our Q&A. We got another 10 questions for this episode. We're going to bring them to you.
All right, first question comes from Rosa W. off of Snapchat. Love your guys' YouTube channel. Why don't you have a TV show?
That's a pretty good question. Personally, I don't really watch TV. We spend all our time on either Netflix or YouTube. And truthfully, seems like as far as being a media company, YouTube and social media in general is way more effective than traditional TV and stuff like that. And social media is free. So our money can be spent on a lot better things than trying to pay for a TV show. So that's why we don't have one.
Second one is from Trippy Sticks off of Instagram. What's your favorite wild game to eat?
Cool, that's a good question. As far as Michigan goes, probably venison. We eat a ton of venison, but our president went down to Georgia a couple months ago and shot 3 wild pigs, so we've been feasting on that for quite a while. And as far as sausage goes, you got to chase it through the woods to get it. It tastes way better. So probably venison or wild boar.
So, third question comes from Canadian Girl off of Snapchat. Love what you guys have done with Hunters for Life USA. Do you ever think you guys will make it into Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, there's a lot of bad things in the U.S. that we have to do our best to solve. But in the future, we for sure see Hunters for Life Canada, Hunters for Life Mexico, Hunters for Life UK. Whatever it may be, we're out here trying to take over the world. So absolutely, you will see us in Canada in the future.
Next question from Shauna on Instagram. What are your views on trophy hunting?
Whew, getting into politics here. Well, honestly, in my opinion, we're writing a book, got a whole chapter about this, just on ethical hunting in general. And the majority of legitimate trophy hunting, whether it be Africa, wherever it may be, the animals are given back to the people, the local villages, cities, what have you, and they practice their own management. Realize if there's 30 elephants in the herd, they can harvest 3, 4, 5 of them, and the herd will still be healthy. It'll continue to grow. And the crazy thing is that people don't realize is the majority of all of that money that's spent from whoever's paying for the hunt goes directly back into the tribe, and all of the meat for the most part is always donated back to the people in the local area, because it would be insanely expensive to try and ship an entire elephant overseas. So yeah, that's our views on trophy hunting. If it's done for the right reasons with the right intentions, it's great.
All right, from anonymous Snapchat, what's your favorite part of having an established brand?
Honestly, probably just seeing somebody that I haven't personally met before and having them come up to us like, "Oh, Scott, I follow you on Snapchat, or we follow you on Instagram, or wherever. You're great. Keep doing what you're doing." And that starts, it's like, "Hey, great, nice to meet you." Yada yada yada. Builds into a friendship, and probably that's got to be my favorite part.
Next question comes from John J. off of Facebook. Any tips for pike fishing?
Whew. Absolutely. Pike Dreamer spinners, they're an inline spinner, double blade, work incredible. If not, a MEPS, or honestly just a sucker minnow on a treble hook with a bobber. Pike are pretty aggressive, so if you're in an area where they're pretty healthy, there's a good population of them, it's kind of hard not to catch them.
Next, we've got Trevor from Facebook asking, what do you prefer, bow hunting or firearm?
Cool. Well, I love them both, but being legally blind and whatnot, it's more ethical for me to use something with a scope. So we do a lot of hunting in the Waterford area. We're not allowed to discharge a firearm, so we've got a crossbow with a scope on that we're a pretty good shot with. But for most of the time, if I can use a firearm, I'm probably going to. A little more ethical, a little easier to kill the animal right away as opposed to wounding them and having to follow them a mile through the woods. But yeah, probably firearm over bow hunting.
Next, we've got Tiny Tony from Snapchat asking, have you ever been shark fishing?
Not intentionally. We were out in Hawaii when I was like 10 years old, and beautiful beach out in front of where we were staying, and swimming there all week. And my dad and I decided we were gonna fish one night, and had a big, I don't know, like 2-pound weight and some meat on there, and just casted it way out into the surf and let it sit overnight. And reeled it in the morning, and there was probably like a 5-6 foot hammerhead shark on it. And I said from that point forward that I was never going to swim in the ocean again.
Instagram, we have a question from the Peacemaker. If your organization was able to give back to another country, where and what would you do?
Getting political again. I mean, all of our money is reinvested back into the U.S. just because, I mean, there's so much bad here, as opposed to, try to just kind of ignore that and look somewhere else. But we'd probably get behind the trophy hunting in Africa. Find a village that has just the right intentions, partner up with them, fund them to do what they needed to do, and change the world.
And the final question comes from the Trickster on Snapchat. Love your Q&A series. How many episodes do you think are in store for us?
Well, kind of one of the reasons we're doing this is to get another book together. So all these questions, we're gonna section them out into chapters, categories, whatnot, and put that into a book. And I think we're gonna be thinking about that as soon as we hit our 100th episode. So stay tuned for at least 100 episodes. With that, guys, that's all we've got for our Q&A. Special thank you to David Gilbert for reading the questions. Kind of change up the cadence a little bit. Don't have to listen to me the whole time. But as always, Scott Evans here. Happy adventures.